By that time, I was a raging alcoholic. And when I got to San Francisco, I never really got a job, and I wound up living homeless on the streets. And one day, I had no place to stay, so I went into this abandoned building in Larkin Street, and there was this guy there called Gypsy. Hey, you want to stay in my castle on Larkin Street? These are my walls. Listen, hey, this is my hunting ground. Now, do you want to get me my juice or my chicken? If you get me my juice or my chicken, you can stay here. See these kids here? They get me money. If you don't have money, you could sell that pretty little by the opera. At that point, I did whatever I could to survive, whatever I could to make money and live, to get drink. Now they say that how can you care about someone else if you don't care about, how can you tolerate someone else if you don't love yourself? Now, you've been back in New York for 2 years. You even have a good job at Lehman Brothers. But you know what? We don't care that you're gay. But you drink, all you do is drink in your room all the time. Richie, I don't know what to do. I want you to be happy. Somehow, get this, on February 22nd, 1983, I had my last drink. Okay? I haven't had a drink in thank you. I haven't had a drink. I haven't had a drink in 27 years. But at that point, 6 months later, I was diagnosed with having AIDS. And my father died, and I still didn't drink. And at that point, I was able to be gay, and I was pretty open. It was gay and pride. But AIDS became a cloud that was hovering over this city, okay? And it was creating a new intolerance for gay people. But despite this, but in 1986, do you know that New York City was the second city to pass a bill in the city council for civil rights to prevent discrimination for gay people? No more discrimination for gay people. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that incredible? However, there was discrimination. Now in 1987, I was marching in the Gay Pride Parade, you know, the big parade that you see on television, with my friend Brian in 1987. Gay Pride, Gay Pride, Gay Pride, Gay Pride. Richie, look at those signs. They say, God hates fags. Look at the hate in their eyes. Fags kill our babies in front of St. And this is St. Patrick's Cathedral. Richie, Paulo has toxoplasmosis. He has AIDS, and he's dying. Do you know that my father still doesn't speak to me? And after 15 years of being out of the closet, I started to like myself, okay? But now they hate us because we have AIDS. And Richie, guess what? I'm HIV positive. When Paulo dies, I'm going to kill myself. About 3 months later, Paulo died. Okay, and I took Brian to the memorial service, and then I dropped him off back at the house, and then I went to pick him up later, and I had the key, and I went in, and Brian was slumped in front of a stove, an open stove. He had gassed himself and died. Now, despite this, despite continued homophobic reaction for people in the city because the gay people because of AIDS, I decided for the first time to openly come out of the closet at work. I don't like it. I do not approve. I think, do you know that somebody called here and called me sweetie. They were asking, they thought that that I was you, and they called me sweetie. A man called me sweetie. Now, homos, now excuse the expression, are not normal. They eat at the very fiber of family existence, family values. Thank God for our president, Ronald Reagan. He knows that you people aren't normal. Now, let me tell you, you're fired. And no one's going to ever believe it's discrimination. Now, I accepted it. I didn't fight back. I didn't fight back. I got a job, another job right away in a Catholic charity. It actually was a very good job. And I also began volunteering, this time for the Manhattan Center of Living. And about 4 years later, my friend Marianne Williamson asked me to go on television. I wound up on a television show, and I told them publicly that I was gay. And I had to go to back that work on Monday, gay and HIV actually. And I remember that I had to face Grace. Excuse me, I hate homosexuals. Now, you're okay, but do you know that this weekend I was driving on Christopher Street and my car was stopped by homosexuals. Now, I know you're gay, okay? You're gay. But why do you people have to act like that? And Richie, wait till the Monsignor finds out that what you did and went on television. You are surely going to be fired.